when did you start feeling like, whether it was a session or a time thing, you were a personal trainer, not a salesperson?
After that first month. I was like rocking up to the Monday.
Oh, when you actually got
meeting.
clients though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I get to do this lots now.
I'm not a salesperson. What's going on?
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And it was just because I was so locked into just hitting those numbers.
Getting clients.
And then now I'm on the gym floor more and not so much just sitting down and on the phone. I was like, oh.
It's a pretty cool feeling, even just like when you when you watch someone, and then you see the transition to spending more time on the gym floor and less time, obviously, going clients. But it's like you kind of like you deserve that because you did it.
Yeah, you did.
Like you did it. Yeah, like it's rewarding as shit.
Yeah, we like to even in the content. I think it's just like phase one of starting a PT business in this model, which we believe is the best, most favorable model for you to be successful long term. It's a sales job for 8 to 12 weeks. Yeah. And if you come in with that mentality that I need to be amazing at a little bit of business, but primarily sales, face to face, you'll be way less shocked because you've been told in your Cert 4 that like, you can make $100 an hour and train athletes and celebrities.
Yeah, that's it. You can train celebrities. You can't. And I've trained them and it's not worth it. It's actually not that good.
It sucks. They all want it for fucking free.
Yeah, that's it. It's not that good. They don't fucking listen.
So if you come in with that mentality that like, I don't want to preface it that like this is going to be hard, but we like that growth mindset of like, I'm not going to be skilled at this and I'm going to have to do a lot of reps to become skilled at it. And it's going to challenge me. It's going to challenge my self-worth, my confidence, my opinions of like my own, how capable I am, push me out of my comfort zones. Because a lot of people that come into PT just like training.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily business people.
That's right.
So it's all of a sudden a huge shift in what you thought personal training was going to be.
Yeah.
Accepting that on the front end is really, really important.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, that first year is like one of the hardest, maybe the first 6 months, can be one of the hardest 6 months that you experience. If not in business, across the board, depending on what your life has been like up until that point. But it puts you through the ringer. Makes you question a lot of things about a lot of things.
I wanted to quit lots of times.
Yes.
I wanted to quit lots of times.
I think the initial because I've already tried to start my own business at home and that didn't work out. And so this time around, it was like, well, I'm clearly giving this another go and no other profession has come up where I'm like, that's my calling. And so I'm like, this has to work. This has to work. There's no other choice.
Yeah.
Yes, I have the luxury of being with family. And so if I don't get money in, it's still stressful. I've still got bills to pay. I still need to look after my own meal preps and food. But it's like, okay, oh no, it's happening again.
It's like you don't have the mortgage or the car or the whatever pressure, but it's still the internal battle that's going to go on of like, can I even do this?
Got it. Came back. Okay, so it's like if you're going to prolong something, but you know that you're going to get there eventually, prolonging it doesn't do anything for you.
You just suffer for longer.
Exactly. So why don't you just get the reps in, fail, learn, do as many as you can, get there sooner, and then take on the next level to build up your business to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Become the person that you need to be.
I'm glad you remembered that because that's probably the most powerful thing you've said today. It's like if you know where you want to go, it's like do the things to get there as fast as possible. And it's like, yes, that involves failing, making mistakes, all of that. But it's like if you delay that journey in fear of not getting there, making mistakes, whatever, it just takes twice, 3, 4 times as long.
100%.
But the action, outcome, go get it done.
Yeah.
Fail sooner, solve the problem, move on.
Yeah. So our original goal when you started, I believe, was 25 sessions a week.
Yeah.
And that was predicated on lifestyle, balance, that kind of stuff. Then we're like...
Probably a little bit of like, it's achievable. Yeah. But let's be real.
Yeah.
We see it because we know how you guys think. We see it all the time. They do 25 and what does 30 look like?
Yeah.
It's just knowing what's capable.
Yeah.
Once you hit 25, then you're like, I got enough proof now to fucking just
Honestly, I don't think it was the capability thing. I knew that like if I applied myself, I'd get there. It was a matter of when.
Nice.
It was more I felt guilty for spending more time away from family because I was so heavy around that.
Absolutely fair.
And the ultimate goal is to have more time. And so the initial trade-off where I got to invest it initially, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
And that was something that I had to come to terms with.
Yeah.
So how did you overcome that and get to where you are now?
Doing it and realizing everything's okay and nothing's burnt down. And family relationships are still fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like it wasn't the thing that I've noticed. The more I avoid something without actually getting all the information and giving it a hot go, the more it's going to be a bigger thing that holds you back. So give it a good shot. If it doesn't work out, at least know it wasn't your go and try to find another way around it.
Do you have the mindset that somewhere down the line, like you'll most likely get that time and freedom back?
100%.
Yeah. It's just like now's the time to get
grind.
after
it.
Yes. And just,
exactly.
Jason and I have spoken about this a bit, we don't want to be like the fucking dinosaurs that are like, these young people. But there seems to be a cultural difference in the 10-year age gap of the message of don't burn out, don't push yourself too far, like if you do this, because a lot of people come out that have done it, got to the other side and they're like, I was this. Like, story time, the mentor that we're working with right now put this out recently and was like, I just absolutely killed myself to the point that like physical, when
exhaustion.
It's not like burnout, I'm sad and it's hard to get up. It was like hospitalization from health issues. I looked at it and I was like, that's why you're successful.
Yeah.
Me too. I was like, so that's what it takes.
I didn't, and I think a lot of people will leave that and be like, oh, well, I don't want to do that.
That's scary.
And I'm where the other side should be like, yeah, but you have to find it.
The only reason why we say that though is because we always kind of dig a little bit deeper with the people that say that. Like we've gone and seen like bodybuilders and shit, and they're like, oh, you need to like meditate and all this, and then we're like, you meditate now.
Yeah. I've seen you bite through your fucking headphones.
You came second in the Arnold Classic, and it's like you weren't meditating, bro.
Yeah.
Like you were fucking like an animal. So it's easy to say it when you're on the other side, but it's like, we kind of look at it and go, but what did it take to get here?
Yeah.
So it's those hard moments.
But what it takes to get there is not the same as staying.
No.
I think the most influential years of understanding career, business, personal development we grew up in the just like tough it out. We were still...
Yeah, we come from the industrious, like, you know, just the harder you work, the more you do that, the more it'll return you back.
Business coaches weren't a thing.
No.
Wellness coaches, what the fuck is a wellness coach?
Yeah.
When we were 20.
Yeah, like everything.
They did not exist.
Remember these ones?
Yes.
They'd stare at you like that. So yeah.
So that didn't exist. You guys had a level of social media that we didn't have, exposure that we didn't have, a sellable, because of the technology that was available, you could sell something that was that feeling. Just like, it's okay, stay in this zone and don't burn out and blah, blah, blah.
Everyone also had a microphone.
Yeah.
We were unaware.
Of course.
It was just head down, ass up.
Yeah.
Like, figure it out.
So where I'm going with this is like, you looked at it and went, I'm not going to be able to, how do I juggle family and my training and myself and do more than 20 sessions? I've got all these other people and these other responsibilities. I don't want to burn out. I don't want to. And I think what I saw was you over time have adapted to the workload and continue to adapt to the workload and the pressure and the stress, because it will continue to stretch you because there's going to be new stuff that you need to learn, new challenges. Next time you come on the podcast, you won't lose as much sleep last night. So there's new things all the time that are going to stretch you, but you're capable and you keep proving yourself. And like we spoke about, I put a post out the other week, like the last 2 quarters of last year, probably the hardest I've ever worked. And it was like, okay, that's where the limit is. I thought I'd worked hard before, but I went there. So where I'm going full circle with this, if you're starting out, I would advise the mentality to be, I want to see where the limit is.
Yeah.
Not, I don't want to get to the limit. Because you're so much more capable. You're now doing 40 sessions, mentoring someone else, taking on AIPT students, still training, still eating. You've been sick every second week, which probably doesn't favor all of those things. But you've handled it.
Yeah.
And you've still progressed, and the business is still moving forwards, and the trainer that you've got on board is doing well. The PT culture, which was a big thing for us going in, and for you guys that haven't put the pieces together, basically STC is Anytime Fitness PT.
Yes.
So we run that department, take care of it for them. You're an Anytime trainer, but you're also an STC trainer. You're running that. There was no PT board, there is now. There was no PT office, there is now. There was no PTs, there is now. Like, all of that has been pushed and shifted and changed. You're still okay.
Yeah.
And you're still growing and moving forward. So you've started to realize where your capacity actually is. And I think a lot of people coming into the industry have never seen what their capacity is. And they're limiting themselves based on what they see on the internet as like the first week that's hard. The first time it's hard to get out of bed, that's your capacity, and it's not.
Yeah, there's also a capacity for what you currently can do and operate on, and that's based on your skills and your system.
Yes.
And then there's also a capacity that you can take with the right system that's scalable.
Yeah.
So what 25 sessions look like for someone without the right systems could be 40 hours of work.
Yeah.
Where someone could do 40 sessions and it only be the same amount of work.
Yeah.
You know, so that it's not just like what you're capable of, it's like how you do it.
Yeah. And work capacity is also trainable.
Yeah.
What the first week of doing 25 sessions feels like, it's probably harder than what 40 feels like now.
It's a blur.
Because you get home after that first 25 sessions, you're just like, Jesus, what just happened?
Yeah.
And now it's just like, yeah, I do 35 all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, how you do it's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there'd be a lot of people doing half those sessions and feeling
tired.
And feeling way more tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the service would be less consistent, and like it's just all of those things. Scalability and systems and scalability is just as important as that sales job. It's like you got the sales job, but you have to have that system at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it lays the foundation for everything in the future.
Yeah. It's for your own well-being, but for your clients as well. They'll feel that difference, that service that you're able to provide, the value you're able to bring.
It's way more polished.
Yeah.
You notice that with your clients now compared to when you were at home?
Yeah.
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 More confident in delivery as well?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Something I've really stepped into, which was a struggle for me, was being more prescriptive in my coaching.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
I'm the boss. Nah.
I'm the captain.
Love that.
So to pull that whole rant together, and hopefully you validate me, do you feel like your capacity has lifted compared to where you thought it was when you started?
Easily.
Yeah. If I had said that your week looks like it does now, a year ago, what would you have thought? Would you have been like, yeah, I could do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it would have been more overwhelming than it actually feels now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's always like, I know I'll get there, just don't know how or when.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'll get there.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good attitude. All right. Why mentoring? Why helping other trainers? Why looking to... We basically got to a fork in the road and there was 2 offers on the table for you. One of them was go do it yourself, dominate, do your own thing. The other was take on a project and build a club's PT from the ground up, hiring, recruitment, training, mentoring, bringing everyone through. Our goal is 5 trainers and beyond.
Yeah.
Why?
I realized very quickly how little I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, whilst that's true, I could only... It's not so much about me. If I wanted to help more people, I need a team.
Mm-hmm.
With the same values, similar goals. And I felt like I hit the jackpot with you guys.
No.
I feel fuzzy.
Yeah, it's just... Yes, I could maybe get there eventually on my own. And being any kind of business owner, I think a lot of people would agree that you'd want to have something of your own. Have 100% of profits and everything's like to yourself, and come out of it and be like, yeah, I did this by myself. To say that there wasn't any of that ego, I'd be lying. It came across my mind, but I was financial. Yes, whilst it's important, I had to take a step back and be like, what's my why in this? It's to help people and make an impact.
Yeah.
And I can do that at a greater level and scale with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your decision to come on board essentially into the academy with us.
Yes.
What was the decision to, so again, within that kind of, I can go this way, I can go this way. We could have gone to another club.
Yeah.
Where you still would have been an STC trainer.
Oh, yeah.
Done it on your own.
Oh, that's what you're referring to.
Versus, I liked that answer too. That was good. I should have asked that question also. What made you go, no, I want to take on the challenge of building a club, a PT team, and mentoring other people myself?
Good question. Could you reframe it another way?
Why accept the role at any time
Yeah.
and not take just a PT role at the other club we had?
Why not? Yeah, why not just start your own PT business and that's it?
Still with STC,
Yeah, just somewhere else.
but you've taken on so much more responsibility.
Yeah. I think it's personally, like I said, growth. Growth is my number one. And whilst I could grow on my own, it would be like, I don't know, just felt like I was doing the same as everyone else. And I didn't want to be like everyone else. I wanted to somehow make an impact that still meant close to home for me. And I love teaching. I love being able to lead, being able to give back and connect with people. And so that just elevated it in so many different ways.
Yep.
The actual gym itself, I had no issues with any time. It was just the opportunity that I needed. And so if I could just not need to start from the ground up at an absolutely new gym, and that opportunity presented itself. So, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, to tie that in for the audience, Mimi had a job locked in at another health club.
Yeah.
We had a start date. We had everything. And Mimi was like, yo, I'm leaving. And they're like,
Contract signed.
how about you do
That here.
all of this and
more.
You're the head trainer. You recruit, attract, you build our PT team, you build our PT culture, you change the culture of the gym, the reputation of the gym. We become a results-based focused gym. You're influencing the social media, the way the gym's run, the way that's laid out. Like, there's so much that you're inputting on as the head trainer there versus just like, because doing 40 sessions is like, that's elite. There's like a low percentage. I think I looked up, it's like 10% of PTs like turnover 6 figures, which like 40 sessions is that. There's like 1 in 10 people can do that. You chose to do that and all of this other shit as well. So I think that speaks to the willingness of growth for you. And also from if we're a little bit more, I don't want to say selfish, but like introspective, also gives you far more opportunity long term.
Yeah.
It's a scalable model.
Yes.
We can take it. We get it right here. We can take it elsewhere. Like that kind of vibe. Yeah. And the reason you wanted to work with us was team, so it makes sense that you want to implement team elsewhere and have that input as well.
Yeah, there's just endless opportunities of where we can take SDC Academy.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I chopped and changed so many jobs previously, because it's like I can smash out all the skills, I'm good at it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now it's just rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Similar here, but there's new stimulus, new changes and growth opportunities, and that's what I thrive on. That's when I can give my best self and I don't go stale.
Yeah, I like that. Excuse my yawn. More coffee. How was your coffee? We can talk about it.
She doesn't remember.
Blacked out. Blacked out.
Yeah, spent the whole night staring at the ceiling, bro.
The condensed milk is like right at the bottom, so it hit me.
Yeah, you give it a
real
good. Yeah, you gotta give it a good mix.
But it was good.
Yeah,
it was sweet.
Yeah, awesome. Where are you 3 years from now?
Possibly interstate.
Oh,
Living interstate.
Yep.
We said Queensland, but it's a very touristy state. So job opportunities for not me, but maybe for Matt.
Yep.
We're a team, so just making sure he's all good too.
Yep.
Weighing up Adelaide.
Interesting.
Possibly.
Yeah. Dig it.
Adelaide is still an STC black hole.
Mm.
Yeah. I've got a couple of clients there now.
Yeah. We've had 2 standout students from there.
Yeah.
Or 3. Which is not a lot.
Good wineries.
It's a very low percentage.
Yeah.
Nice beaches.
Good wineries.
Nice beaches, good wineries, good food. Maybe they just do that instead. Play golf.
Pretty much.
Fuck PT.
Yeah, still be able to mentor, help people out. Yeah, I don't bit ambiguous. Just open to where opportunity opens.
Yep.
How I work is there's always a brief plan of where I want to be. If that changes, but I'm still aligned with my values, it's sweet. I'm so sweet.
Where do you see Anytime Fitness where it'd be 12 months from now?
Pumping with, hopefully, definitely with 5 trainers. Everyone's full books.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
Doable.
I want to circle back to one thing with the full books comment.
Yeah.
You said earlier, the financial implication of shared revenue in a model like the Academy, which is what it is.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, how does it work?
Yeah.
It's a shared revenue model. You don't make any money. The Academy doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
That means you make less per session. Our goal is to make sure you do so many more sessions, you make the same money. But that you might think but that means I do more work. Well, no, because your admin's taken care of, your marketing's taken care of, your app builds are taken care of. Mimi gets to go hey, it'd be nice if the app does this, and Jace finds a way. You take my role now.
Stop doing that. I'm gonna stop it before you start. I need even more work.
So all of those things work out to the hours are probably comparable, but you spend more time training people than you do back end stuff. You have the branding, you have the team, you have the education. The first year is 15 grand worth of education. Huge. So the goal is to facilitate an environment where you make the same money as you would by yourself because you're able to do more sessions in a shorter time more efficiently. And I think that is the way, if you were looking at a model like this, whether it's us or somewhere else, if you go into a shared revenue model at a gym or with this kind of setup, you need to look at it as not what do I lose?
Yeah.
What's the net outcome?
And gain?
Yeah.
I was telling Jason the other day, week, if an environment career-wise is not letting me thrive financially, it's got to at least make me better in my job.
Yep.
Skills, knowledge, education, whatever it is. And if it's not giving me both, then Audis. Through Standout, SCC Academy, it's both.
Yeah.
Yes, you're taking a bit of a pay cut, but you're getting into rooms with other people doing the job, doing the exact same thing, same struggles. Being a business owner can be so isolating. And it's fuck, you're on your own. But when you get into those rooms and everyone's asking similar questions, you lean on people, you start thinking about ideas that you never even thought about. But because you're in those same rooms, it's I didn't ever thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right? When we kind of built the first version of the Academy 2016, was can we help people do 10 more sessions than what they would have done without us? Or 20 more sessions they would have done without us? So it's could you do... I think you would have got to 40 sessions. Do you do it in the same timeline? And what's the...
Yeah, what does your life look like?
Cost
what
of
does the day-to-day look like?
And then, what... Is it 14-hour days now instead of 8? You know what I mean? Yeah. Amazing. If someone is thinking of something like the Academy, whether they're in the western suburbs of Melbourne and they can come straight to Anytime Fitness and work with us right now or not, what advice would you give them off the bat, first 6 months? Biggest piece of advice you'd give?
Fail fast. Just do it. Action. Do it. Anything. It's going back to our Q&A the other day. If you say you don't have time, there's usually something underlying that's stopping you from doing the thing.
Yeah.
So set yourself hard. Get real. The more honest and transparent you can be with yourself and understand what it is that's stopping you, you know exactly what methods are required to get through that roadblock.
Yep.
And you'll come through the other end mad, sick. Come work with us.
Awesome.
I'll show you the way. Show you the world.
That was fun. Thank you. We'll definitely have you back and we'll talk more specifics around how to do it. I really wanted to hear. I didn't know what you did before you started with us.
Yeah, a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, just told us that we don't have a very rigid hiring policy. So if you do want to come with us and go shady past us, no.
Could be in already.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you found it valuable, if you enjoyed Mimi, we want to get comments, feedback. Let us know if you want her back. If no one messages, she's not coming back. Simple. Don't forget to hit the like, share, follow, whatever platform you're on. Do the thing that, it helps the algorithm and more people get to hear the episode. Really appreciate it. I don't know what. We just hit 500 YouTube subscribers on the STC Fit account.
Yeah, we did.
So if you want to go see, because it'll be out now.
YouTube donation.
Us and Jess go train push, because we're doing that right now, and it'll be already out when this comes out. Go check that out on the STC Fit YouTube. How's that for my...
Yeah.
Did you get there?
Got there.
And then for more business tips, specifically for personal training, get onto our YouTube, STC Learn, as well, if you're on Spotify right now. The podcast is on there, and you get to look at us. Maybe that's not a selling point. But there's also a lot of value-based content rolling out there. We put a video out a week on not a podcast clip, very specific to making it in the PT biz and doing 10K months. I'm going to stop now. See you next week.
See you guys.